What is this expansion called, by the way?
Horses from Beyond.
Horses from Beyond. Why did I think you said horses?
That's the next one, actually.
Oh, okay, cool. So Forces of Beyond, they added 3 champions, you said? I'm not really sure. I know Evelynn's in the game.
Yeah, Evelynn's in the game. Most people just go to listen to her voice lines, but she is also actually playable in the game. I would recommend not doing that, by the way. Just
Could you explain a little bit more on why people just listen to her voice line?
All right, here's what you do. You type in Runeterra Evelynn.
Oh.
All right, if you wanna hear another one,
I think I'm good. I'm going to Hardy Jail already. Yeah, I think I'm alright. Honestly, I got all the files downloaded, dude. If you just want them, let me know. Who's the first champion we're looking at?
I sent you Gwen.
Okay, so I already see that there is a new keyword called hollowed on her. What is that?
Hollowed means that when a unit with this keyword dies, the leftmost spot on the board where you're attacking gets +1 attack. So if you have 5 units die with the hallowed keyword, that means that whoever attacks on the left gets +5 attack.
Oh, so 4 mana 3/2. She has quick attack and she's hollowed. Attack when another ally gains power from hollowed, so do I. Drain 2 from the enemy nexus. Drain, just so I'm aware, is she steals the health, right? So she gains 2 while she does it.
Your nexus, actually. No, you heal your nexus, so your total health.
And her level up is I dealt 10 damage. She has a 4 mana 3/4. Wait, where's she from?
Shadow Isles.
She's just Shadow Isles character? Oh, interesting. The leveled up version of Gwen is a 4 mana 4/5. Oh my god, you hear my cat, dude?
Yeah, I love it.
Off the record, do you want a cat? The upgraded version of Gwen is a 4 mana 4/5 attack. When another ally gains power from hollowed, so do I. Drain 1 from the enemy nexus 1 time for every 2 power I have. Yo, that's very spooky. So every 2 hollowed, she drains 1 from the enemy nexus. Is that how it works?
Yeah, so it looks like a downgrade because on her level 1 she just drains 2 and here she drains 1 for every power, but she starts with 4 power by herself, so that's already a drain 2.
Oh, okay, so her original stats do matter as well.
Only on her level 2, yes.
Interesting. Wow. Gwen's Thread the Needle. 3 mana fast spell. Kill an ally to deal damage equal to its power to an enemy. Pretty Gwen in your deck. Kill an ally to deal damage equal to its power to an enemy. Ooh, that seems like a Shadow Isle thing to do.
Yeah, very much. There is another card in the game that costs 7 called Atrocity, which lets you do the exact same thing, except you can also target the enemy's face, the enemy nexus. This one is only minions.
So the benefit of something like this is that you could trade in with 1 minion and then you could just kill them after to deal another one, potentially. Okay, very interesting. Gwen actually looks really good. So from a Hearthstone perspective, a 4 mana 3/4 that basically gains +1 attack for every hollowed minion probably would not see play. But you do drain 2 from the enemy nexus, which is good, and then it adds 2 life to your nexus. So that's not bad. Now, the leveled up version is actually kind of insane. You're obviously building a deck around this, right? So I'm assuming that when she was introduced, they pushed a bunch of hollowed like minions.
Yep.
If the hollowed minions are good, then she's probably pretty great. 4 mana 3/4 though doesn't seem like great stats, but when you have quick attack on it with such a scary effect, and she has the upside of like getting more attack when hollowed minions dies. If hollowed minions are at least decent and you can build a good deck around hollowed followers, minions, whatever, she is probably great. She's also like a must kill character because she will probably win the game in like a turn after she's leveled up. Is it only for combat only that she gets the hollowed power, or is it like remaining?
No, it leaves, the attack goes away when the round ends. I believe, I'm not sure. I think it stays after combat and then it's gone when the round ends, but I could be wrong on that. It could stay the entire round.
I'll base it off what you said. If it ends at the end of the turn, it is a little weaker, but I mean, you probably already did enough with Gwen for it to be great. I don't know. I'd probably say she's pretty good. Can't imagine a world where this card isn't good. I'm pretty confident she's pretty good. Her spell is actually great as well. So yeah, Gwen seems really good.
Okay. If you look at Gwen, just like the way she is right now, and you look at her hallowed package, it looks pretty good, but she's actually not great right now, 3 days into the expansion. I'm expecting going forward that she is going to find a pretty good deck, but the problem is that Shadow Isles as a region doesn't really do well in mid-range game style decks. If you have a mid-range deck, you can't really support the characters that are in it. You can't really protect them because it's all about like sacrificing units. And Gwen actually wants to stay alive and keep attacking as often as possible. CC's plays in a few decks. There's like a 1-drop hallowed, there's a 2-drop hallowed, there's a 3-drop hallowed. It makes sense. There's like a whole curve until you get to Gwen. You want those minions to die, but the only one that sees plays is 2-drop because it's 3/1 with Fearsome, and that lets you play kind of an aggressive deck. And then you play Gwen just because she drains 2 from the Nexus. It's like a burn deck almost.
Oh, okay.
Basically the only way way she really sees player right now, and that is a deck with like still below 50% win rate.
Wow. Okay. Because of her region, she doesn't see a lot of play at the moment because there's not really a deck that supports her. Interesting. When she was revealed, were people like, holy crap, she looks fantastic?
Yeah, exactly. I actually thought she was going to be the most broken card or the most broken champion from the expansion, just because he came with her own package. It's like, oh, you can just easily jam this in any deck and play like a deck that can give her a good keyword to actually end the game. But it's a lot more awkward to make work than you might think.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm still fully expecting Gwen to find a deck at some point because as a baseline, as a card, she looks very powerful and she has to be. It's just kind of hard to find the pieces right now.
When they like do the next expansion, whatever that is, do they often support archetypes?
Yes.
So they will print more hollowed cards eventually.
Yeah, that's very likely.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Hearthstone, what often happens is they print supporting archetype for one expansion, then it kind of just gets forgotten about. So 4 mana 0/5 Origin Agony's Embrace. Now, isn't that an item in League of Legends?
I think that's her title. Like,
okay, yeah, you're right. When I'm summoned, summon a random husk. When you or an ally kill an allied husk, give me its positive keyword this round, and I leveled up. Okay, so the question is, what is a husk? So there's 2 types of husk. Does she just randomly? Oh, there's a bunch of husks actually. Does she just randomly? I'm guessing these are the cards that you have to put into the deck, and then she just summons one of the 10 when she is summoned.
You can't put these husks in your deck, but Evelynnn has followers that summon a random husk.
So these are just tokens. Okay, do I have to go through every single husk to really get this? I guess I do.
No, just to sum it up, there's 10 regions in Runeterra, so they kind of like gave every region one husk. I mean, just for flavor, and they all have one different keyword. They're all 0/1s. None of them can attack. None of them can block. All they do is have a keyword that you can pass on to whatever follower you or champion you summon next.
Oh, that's kind of interesting actually. It kind of changes the way you play her based on what husk you summon. So to level her up, you have to, when you or an ally kill an allied husk. Okay. That doesn't seem that hard to level up.
Very easy.
When you are an ally killed in husk, give its positive keywords this round. Okay, so she basically, as long as you have a way to get husk, she consistently adapts during the game, which is kind of interesting. Round end, summon a random husk. If fewer than 6 allies have died this game, transform me back into Evelynnn. So basically, the only reason she levels up is to get 5 attack.
Yes.
So you have to make sure you're killing allies because you obviously want to keep her as a 4 mana 5/5. But even if she is 4 mana 0/5, not the worst thing in the world because it looks like she can level up pretty consistently.
I'll tell you the play pattern for this. There is a 3-cost follower that summons a husk. So what will very often happen is you play that 3-cost that summons a husk on turn 3. You go into turn 4, you play Evelynnn. Evelynnn kills the husk that was summoned by the 3-drop, and then she instantly transforms into a 5/5, getting +1 health, getting a random keyword permanently. And then when the round ends, she levels down, unless you've killed 6 or more allies. But when she levels down, the round ends, and then she also summons a random husk for yourself on your board, like again. And then all you have to do is play 1 more minion, and she will instantly level up again.
All right, Evelynn's Last Caress. Oh my god. 4 mana spell. Fast. Stop all enemy spells and skills targeting Evelynnn, and she strikes an enemy. Stop all enemy spells and skills targeting Evelynnn, and she strikes an enemy? Damn. For a champion ability, that seems very powerful. To negate almost everything, I would imagine, other than just strictly minion combat. Like, that's pretty great. So they don't get the card back, by the way, right? The card just kind of just fizzles out.
If there's anything targeting Evelynnn and you play this card, she strikes something, able to kill it, and then everything that targets Evelynnn is just gone.
When it says strike, she takes the damage back, right?
No, in this case, it only says Evelynnn strikes an enemy.
Dude, that's actually insane. That is crazy. Basically, from what I'm understanding, it's not that hard to level her up. She can also attack the same turn she is played as a 4 mana 5/5 as long as you level up, which is pretty great. She also gets a positive keyword, and I think you said she gets bonus stats for killing the husk, right?
Yeah, because husks pass on everything they have, and they're 0/1s, so they pass on the 1 health.
I mean, it looks like a really good card, dude. And you get a bonus keyword from whatever husk you get. Some of those are just game winning on its own. If you get quick attack, that's insane. Like, I can't remember every single keyword off the top of my head, but they're all really, really good in their own way. So if I was a Runeterra player, I would have thought she was better than Gwen, like just from the reveal.
Rarran, I love watching this Do You Know Hearthstone show that you have, and I know you take so much pleasure in telling people they're wrong, so I'm gonna do the same thing. You're wrong. Evelynnn does not have a deck that has higher than 50% win rate. He's trash.
What a segue, dude. She's trash?
Okay, I mean,
no shot she's trash.
The problem is with Evelynnn is that she is her own origin, and her origin literally reads you can only put cards that summon husks into your deck. So you're like crippling yourself pretty hard. There are some good decks with her, but somehow none of them have higher than 50% win rate.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's Evelynn's fault. I think you guys are just bad deck builders over there. Like, straight up. No, obviously I'm kidding. But without seeing the rest of the cards in a vacuum, Evelynnn looks insane. I would put her in every deck I probably could. I also don't know the context of how good the rest of the cards are. suck. She could be bad just because the things that are supporting her, again, like kind of like Gwen, are just not up to par with the rest of the stuff. Eventually, if they keep supporting her, which I would imagine if she has her very own origin, she's gonna get to the point where she probably is gonna be cracked. But interesting, like really, really surprising. Again, I'm gonna ask you this, like during the reveal season, did everyone think that she was gonna be very good?
Actually, Evelynn was the one that not many people rated that highly because Kai'Sa and Gwen were already revealed and they looked insane. So people saw Evelynn and they were like, okay, this doesn't really look like what she does in League, so she's kind of boring. And she also doesn't look as strong as the other two. And then on day one, we were like, okay, wait, a 4-mana 5/6, that's actually insane. And then 2 days later, there was not a single deck that had like a high win rate with her. So it was kind of like a roller coaster, but right now it's downhill. There's just no good deck with Evelynn.
I'm actually really surprised. Okay, if there's 2 mediocre wins, let's go for hoping Kai'Sa actually is good. I'm assuming Kai'Sa is the last one because you said it.
Yeah.
So Kai'Sa is a 5-mana 4/4 with quick attack, and what is the DNA looking thing?
That's evolve. Once you have summoned 6 different positive keywords, so like the ones from the husks that we saw, once you've summoned 6 different ones, every card with evolve has +2/+2 in stats with that keyword.
And she's from the same place as Azir, right? Shurima?
Yeah, Shurima.
When I'm summoned or round start, if you have the attack token, create a second skin in hand and to level up your evolve. You said 6 to evolve then, I guess, is what you just said?
Yep.
Interesting. So her leveled up version is I'm in a 4/4 when I am summoned or round start. If you have the attack token, create a second skin in hand. Actually, I should probably look what second skin is first, right?
Yeah.
0 mana, second skin. This is a slow spell, right? I forget the time thing is.
This is focus. So that means you can play it without consuming your action, but you can't play it in response.
Grant allied Kai'Sas everywhere another ally's positive keyword. Oh. So her leveled up is when I'm summoned or round start. If you have the attack token, create a second skin in hand. Attack, deal 1 for each positive keyword I have to enemies or the enemy nexus lowest health first. Does it go like lowest health enemy until that enemy dies, or does it go like lowest enemy, second lowest enemy, third lowest enemy?
Yeah, it goes like that, and then it loops depending on how many keywords you have. So if she has like 6 keywords and the enemy has 3 minions, it will hit 3 of them, then the nexus, and then loop to whatever has the lowest.
This is interesting. And the champion spell is Kai'Sa's Supercharge. So this is also focus. Grant an ally overwhelm and spell shield. Create Kai'Sa in your deck. Her champion spell makes her just strictly better. Probably you want to use that on her almost every single time because it not only gives her the positive keywords, but it also grants additional damage. This is hard. Like, I don't know. From a Hearthstone perspective, like I feel like this isn't nearly as exciting or good as the other ones. This one fits what she is in League, I guess, more like to the flavor of the character, but it doesn't feel super great. Like it feels super slow. I honestly think that like I'm gonna get baited in saying that she's not great based on what you said about the other two. Like this is a mind game at this point.
Do you know Runeterra?
Again, it really comes down to how often can you evolve her, right? Because her evolve form is pretty great. It's an ability that is gonna win you the game a lot faster, so your opponent needs to have a response to it. It feels like it could take a while, but maybe in the right deck, this is very, very powerful. Is Shurima known for like getting keywords and stuff?
They have cards that can give keywords, but they're not really known for it.
But you could pair it with a region that does do that. I wouldn't think that this would be very strong, but I could honestly see it being very good if there was a deck that you could build around it. Like I would imagine that almost every single Runeterra card has that you're gonna put in your deck has a positive thing that works with this. So maybe it's better than I'm actually thinking it's gonna be. So it's probably fine, like if not good, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is like absolutely garbage.
Yeah, Kai'Sa's tier 1. She's the only champion really that sees a lot of play right now, almost everywhere. I think right now just mono Kai'Sa or Kai'Sa with like one other champion is the most played deck in the game because it's so good. What happens is you play a deck that just plays units on curve with multiple keywords, like 2. So you play Kai'Sa on turn 5 and she's always leveled. And if you have Spellman on turn 5, what you do is you put the Supercharge, her champion spell. It's so good you can main deck it too. You put that on another ally, and then you copy it with second skin from Kai'Sa. So both that ally have overwhelm a spell shield, and Kai'Sa gets it too.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
So right now she sees a lot of play with Demacia because they have a lot of just a lot of cards with multiple keywords. And they have spells that let her start attacks. She can attack multiple times, and her level 2 ability where she pings the board for 1 multiple times is really good. And then she's also played with Victor, which is a Piltover card, and Victor has an ability where he gives himself 1 random keyword
The augment or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
I remember that. He's from Arcane too, so if you're already pairing.
Exactly. Hit show Arcane, yeah.
Damn, dude, what the hell? The real question though is, Sonny, is Bard still talks?
Well, people are playing with their new toys like Kai'Sa, but yeah, Bard did not get nerfed. And honestly, if people weren't so obsessed with all the new cards, Bard would still be like, there would be 3 different Bard decks as like the best 3 decks in the game, for sure. He's not just toxic, he's actually just broken.
Man, okay, you gotta have to keep me updated though, because I'm actually really curious to see if Evelynnn gets better, because God, she looks so good. I didn't get a single one right.